MB95, what's happening? How are you doing? Are we ready? Doing good? That's good. I'm doing alright. I'm about to get ready to do a little LeetCode in. I'm gonna take that virtual contest. Little Freezy, what's poppin', man? I'm ready. Am I ready? Ready to practice some LeetCode too? Alright, man. Let's do it. I guess maybe I'll do the daily first. Depending on how difficult. Ooh. But I've solved it. Hard, but I've solved it. Oh, shit. Let me see when. A year and a half. Alright. Minimum total distance traveled. There are some robots and factories on the x-axis. You are given an integer array robot, where robot I is the position of the ith robot. You're also given a 2D integer array factory, where factory j is position limit, indicates that position j is the position of the jth factory, and that the jth factory can repair at most limit robots. The positions of each robot are unique. The positions of each factory are also unique. Note that a robot can be in the same position as a factory initially. All robots are initially broken. They keep moving in one direction. The direction could be the negative or positive direction of the x-axis. When a robot reaches a factory that did not reach its limit, the factory repairs the robot and it stops moving. At any moment, you can set the initial direction of moving for some robot. Your target is to minimize the total distance traveled by all the robots. Return minimum total distance traveled by all the robots. The test cases are generated such that all robots can be repaired. I don't know what that says. Leet Whale, Wagwan, Steven Saget Ball. What's poppin'? All right. How are we gonna solve this? Who knows? So example 1, they give us these factories, and then they say this robot is Leet Whale single. Who knows? You gotta ask him. Is Leet Whale single? Let's find out. Alright, first robot, position 0, moves in the positive direction. It will repair at this factory. Second robot, negative direction. First factory. Third robot does not need to move. Enrosis, what's poppin', man? Are you here for some LeetCode practice? Or what? How do you solve this, man? I don't even know how this score is calculated. Minimum total distance traveled by all the robots. So I'm just trying to find like the closest factory to each robot. Or what? Wait, the limits? Wait, what's the limit of a factory? A factory can only repair a certain number of robots or something? Oh yeah, limit robots. Okay. Gotta get some rust off at some point. When was the last time you LeetCoded, man? I feel a little bit rusty, even though I've been practicing for the last few months, kind of. Yeah, I've gotten the last 3 months in, and I'm still feeling rusty, man. So much text, that's how I feel. So much to focus on. Not rusty at all. I don't believe you, man. Alright. So there is a limit. So is it like, let me look at the constraints. Oh, there's only 100 and 100. But they could be really far apart. So do we just man, how did I solve this in the past? I don't even know what my mind is thinking. So this has a limit of 2 robots. These each have a limit of 1. Roxanne, welcome to the party. I mean, you want each factory to, what if you, should each factory, man, only 100 robots and only 100 factories. But the robots could be very far apart, up to 2 billion in distance. So, man, I think I've lost the ability to LeetCode. Like, nothing's really coming to my mind. Steven Sageball, what are you talking about, man? I don't know nothing about anything going on in the world. Alright, how do we determine which robot a factory goes to? Or do we need to even care about that? Maybe we can like binary search to see if something is possible. But how are we gonna do that, man? How would we validate that we could reach? Like, do you think maybe I should always, it's like 2-pointer? I should always just put the first robot into the first thing available. This robot will go there, that robot. Getting some binary search vibes. Yeah, I don't know how to validate though. You could binary search on if that many total moves is possible. So should we think about that a little bit more? How are we gonna validate that a certain answer is valid? What if we binary searched 3? How do you know that that's wrong? This one needs a minimum of 2. This one, best case is 2 as well. So I guess the minimum best case scenario would be 4 here. But man, I still don't know how to validate. Let's look at example 2. Maybe we can see something else different. So if we guessed, to do, man. Isn't there like some bicycle problem like this in 2D? Where employees find bicycles? So how do I know which robot to make to the factory? Binary searching the minimum possible. All right, if we guess 5. I don't like these test cases because it's hard to see a pattern with the binary search. But let's say, let me try and make a new test case. Let's say the same thing. So we have a robot here, a robot here, and a robot here. And we have a factory here. Dang. And let's say there's a factory here. But let's say this can only take 1 and this can take 2. That's a premium problem. Google Campus Bikes, yeah, that's the one. I did it a long time ago. I don't remember how you do that. All right, so let's say these are factories and this factory can only hold 1. So the right move would be to send this 3 steps, this one 1 step, and this one 2 steps, right? So that answer would be 2 plus 3 plus 1 is 6, right? But how do we know that 5 is impossible? I don't know. Maybe just do a man, something like these lengths are really small. So maybe just do something like, I don't know what. Pierito 95 RSNG. What's happening? Welcome. Input will be generated such that it's always possible to repair every robot. All right, let me think of something else. What if the 2-pointer, let me think of 2-pointer. But what am I trying to do here? So, actually, what's 100 times 100? It's 10,000. And then we have this thing where the limit is of the robot's length, and each of those have a limit. I don't know. I'm trying to think if DP might work here, but maybe it's too tricky for me. Hey, Hector HSC, how are you doing, man? Dang, my website, something ain't right with this website. I think I have to spend some time and figure out what's going on. It's been bugging me, man. I spent like 1 day over the weekend trying to debug it, and I can't figure out what's going on. The only thing that fixes it is if I dang just restart the website, so give it the second and it will come back up. Anyways, I miss Q. Yeah, where's Q? All right, here we go, man. Hector HSC, thank you so much. Dang, 2 green rotating bits, very nice. Dang, minimum total distance. How do we binary search that? Or how do we figure out so if but man, I solved this 1.5 years ago. Yeah, in Rosis. How is it so hard for this one, man? Constraints are pretty low. 2 washed. Yeah, me too, man. I wonder if it's some type of, what else? Maybe some type of priority queue, or all right, let me think a little bit more. How do you validate a guess? If I guess 5, could it work? Of course it could, but how do I know it works? Man, we're too washed. Way too washed. Should I start looking at hints, or should I give it more thoughts? At any moment, you can set the initial direction of some moving robot. So it's either put this left or right. Left or right. If it's hard, you should give up. Icy Black Deep, what are you talking about, man? Do you think I choose left or right for every robot? And then how do I keep track of the limits though? So this robot could either go left or it could go right. If it went right, it goes to this factory. I don't know. Alright, I gotta look at one hint, man, because I've been stuck on this for far too long now. And Icy Black Deep says I should just give up. Man, which way should these robots go? The code isn't hard for this one. Brett, what's happening? Code isn't hard for this one. That is a hint on its own, maybe. Alright, and these things can be like on negative axis too. I don't know if that changes anything for me. Probably not. I wouldn't say it's pure take it or leave it, but close. Yeah, it's like at every index. That's what I was trying to think about these robots and their directions. Basically, I go to the one that's to the left or to the right. But maybe that's not quite it either. Sort them both. So, okay, like let's say I sort them like this. And then we're at the first robot. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes. So we just decide, should that factory take it or leave it on those robots, and we have that many robots. Interesting. I can see clearly now that you say that. How come I didn't even think about anything close to that, man? Have I done? I'm very, like, I'm gonna solve it, but I'm so curious what I did back then. Sir Lord Good, what's happening? Man, I'm always curious what I did back then. Sometimes I wonder, like, how the hell did I solve these when, like, these days I have no idea. I'm getting old, man. Man, if I feel like I've forgotten a lot of knowledge and skills, I wonder how you feel, Brett. You must have, like, declined a lot since your peak. You know, 'cause I don't think I know nearly as much as you, obviously, but you're still pretty good and you remember all that. My typing speed is sad. Yeah, but man, how do you remember all these little tricks for these problems? Or, I don't know, is Enrosis or me better at LeetCode in our prime? Dang, that's tough, Steven Sagiball. I have to say Enrosis, because I haven't seen you practice much, man. Alright, here we go. So maybe I need an I and a J. I'm not sure yet. Brutal? How's that brutal? You always ask me questions that you know what I'm gonna say. Enrosis did some put Pat about Enrosis. Man, I'm not sure. I haven't seen Pat practice in a while. Where's Pat? Hold on. So he said we have to sort them both because they're not sorted. Pat literally got #1 in LeetCode contest. Yeah, I guess so. You're right. All right, so I'm going to use robot I and factory I. So what am I saying? If factory I goes out of bounds, wait. Factory size, and this is robot size. All right, so if factory I goes out of bounds, then I don't know what yet. Either we skip too much or something, or we're good. So I guess we should return if we selected all the robots. Wait. Actually, this is returning a long. So maybe if the robot I is also finished. Man, this is already getting a little messy. Maybe I should think about some stuff. I don't know what a good long is, but I think that's pretty big. Hey, Howlin', what's poppin', man? Pat secured the LeetCode bag? What do you mean? Pat got the big job? Man, what am I doing here? So this is saying if the robot I wait. Oh, Pat is in the chat. Oh, he literally got a LeetCode bag from the contest, from #1 in the contest. I see. Dang, Pat. You got that bag for real? You gotta flex on us with that bag, man. Hold on. So we're saying if the factories are finished, then if we took all the robots, we're cool, we're done. But if we didn't take all the robots, then something went wrong and this is an invalid answer. And then we can say if the robots are finished, then we're probably good. We don't need to take no more dang factories. And then for every factory, it's like take it or leave it. But how do we know? How do you know that we've taken enough for that factory? Let me think about that. Trying to use all the young hip terminology? Sir Lord Good, what are you talking about, man? What terminology was I using? Wait, how do I know if we've hit the limits for that factory? You've been called Unk? Man, no one's called me Unk. Flex, man, you guys think you invented Flex? Flex been around since way before your generations, man. And for real too. Those aren't like Zoomer terminologies. Come on, man. All right. For real, Q Ultimus, welcome to the party. So we need one more cache. Wait, Brett. I guess you're talking like. All right, so I don't know how to do this because We have, all right. I want to use at the current factory. Yeah, I mean, I get like the factory has a limit, but I'm unsure. Like, how do you represent that in here? Is it a state in the DP, like the current factory thing? Oh, and he said when he skipped the factory. Oh, I'm gonna put capacity. I think I see. So you have a triple vector, and then you just assume 100 capacity for the factory or something, or I guess robots n. So you have those three things, and then for every factory, you take it or leave it, and then if the factory finishes capacity, you increment to the next factory, and then you set the capacity. I think I see now, man. That is advanced take it or leave it. And I don't think I've ever done anything like this, but I will do it. But before I do my cache, let me see if I can implement it first. Wait, except a year ago? We'll see. Hold on. So I'm calling it like DP. We start at 0, 0, and then this is gonna be factory 0 dot what was it? The position and the limit. So the position is the first one, the limit is the second one. Man, we'll see, Brett. It says I solved it, but I don't know if it's, when I see the code, I'll know if it's mine or not. Perhaps. Okay, so what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say at every index, we have a choice to either wait. Now I'm confused. So, are you saying repair robot or skip to next factory? Those are our two choices, right? So if we repair the robot, it's like if our cap is greater than 0, we can repair the robot. Let's see, long repair at a really big number. I actually don't know if this number is big enough, but I hope it is. All right, so now I'm gonna say if we have the capacity to repair another robot, we will. And then repair is equal to, wait, how much do we add first of all? We need to add factory position minus the robot position. But maybe the absolute value of that. So that's how much distance we're adding for that robot. And then we have to increment the robot index, and then our factory index stays the same, and our cap decreases by 1. So that's if we choose to repair. And then to skip at the next factory, maybe we can always skip, so I don't need this. We can just say skip is DP. The robot stays the same because we didn't repair it. And then we go to the next factory. And then the capacity resets to the factory. Oh, I guess we should check if we can skip, like, because it could go out of bounds. So then maybe I should put this back here. And then we just return the minimum of those two. And then we'll deal with the caching after. But let's see if this is gonna give us correct answer. Ooh, looks correct to me. Let's try this caching stuff now. So it's gonna be, all right, man, I forget the syntax. Bet Simple showing me this. So I can just do vector cache, and it's like vector. Wait, I forget how to do it, man. But let's put I'll just use 100, man. No. I'll use robot size +1. Factory size +1. Wait, how do you do it, man? Factory size +1. And then robot size +1 again. Let's see if that cache works. So robot size, factory size, and then robot size again. So if we've seen that results, then we should return it. Otherwise, we should process it. Michael Sarfo, what's happening, man? I forgot to ask what switches use with the Bubble 75. My old switches were called Aqua Kings. I don't know what these switches are called, but they're very similar. BetSimp, what's poppin', man? I did not solve this one on my own. Oh wait, we got problems, man. How did we not mod? Or wait, why? Wait, what? Is it because I put an int there? Do I have to do something like that? Oh man, it's easy when somebody guides me. Let's see what I did a year and a half ago. Dang, what the heck? I don't believe I did that by myself, man. Long, man. Wait, I don't believe it. I guess I could look at my VOD to see. Timeline exceeded. I don't know why this timeline exceeds, but at least you don't have to type vector anymore. Yeah, I tried to remember that, what you told me. You forgot to cache? Oh, I didn't cache? Oh, right. Yes. This was just my check to see if it was good. Man. I don't believe it. I don't think I solved this on my own, man. Because how would I be struggling so much this time? Anyways, I will look one of these days. Alright, so I guess time to see how I would have done on the weekly contest if I had taken it. which I probably would have. I feel my skill level is declining for sure. Let's see. You guys ready? I'm ready. Find the degree of each vertex. You're given a 2D integer array matrix of size n by n representing the adjacency matrix of an undirected graph with n vertices labeled from 0 to n minus 1. Matrix ij equal 1 indicates that there's an edge between vertices I and j, and 0 indicates that there's no edge. The degree of a vertex is the number of edges connected to it. Return an integer array ants of size n, where ants I represents the degree of vertex I. Alright, so I'm already so slow, man. Super slow already. Man, what should I do? What should I do? I'd be panicking right now if I was in a contest and I don't know how to solve Q1 immediately, you know. Alright, so I'm just going to go, what did I say? IJ, there's an edge. So if matrix IJ what are we trying to do? How many edges? So every time this one, how much this should be, man, of size n? I guess it's just rows because it's n by n. So I'm gonna say if it's like this, increase that, and that's it. Oh, bunch of typing. Let me see. For no reason. 444. Huh. Do I just divide it by 2? Because it gets double counted. 222, 110, and 0. Alright, next question. Angles of a triangle. This problem is like a sub 2-minute problem. Did I hit sub 2 minutes? I'm too slow, Q. 3 minutes. You are given a positive integer array, sides of length 3. Determine if there exists a triangle with positive area whose 3 side lengths are given by elements of sides. What? If such a triangle exists, return an array of 3 floating point numbers representing its internal angles in degrees, sorted in non-decreasing order, otherwise return an empty array. Answers within 10 to the negative fifth of the actual answer will be accepted. Uh-oh. I'm no good with decimals, man. So, what? Determine if there exists a triangle with positive area whose 3 side lengths and what the angles are. Alright, so if the biggest one is less than or equal to the 2 smaller ones, it's not possible. And then if it is, we gotta give the angles, man. Oh, Jesus. Don't defense. What's happening? This is the most ChatGPT problem I've seen in my life. What does that mean? Most ChatGPT problem. You mean like this problem sucks? Or what? Man, how do you calculate this the angles, man? Do I have to draw a triangle? Easy for LLMs, sucks a lot. So they give me 3 sides. Alright, SOHCAHTOA. That's what they're trying to make me do? Something I haven't done in 30 years? How does it go? Is that SOHCAHTOA? But then do you remember the laws of cosine? Why would I remember that, man? Alright, do I have to draw something out? How do I know if it's gonna be a right angle or not? Like, man, I don't know math. I don't remember trigonometry. Sine, opposite. Over. Will they always form? Sir Lord Good. Oh no, it's a mathy problem. I struggle with these. Yeah, I don't do math, man. I'm gonna come back to that one because I don't know my math. You are given a binary string S consisting only of characters 0 and 1. A string is balanced if it contains an equal number of zeros and ones. You can perform at most one swap between any 2 characters in S. Then you select balanced substring from S. Return an integer representing the maximum length of the balanced substring you can select. You can swap one character between any 2 characters. Dang, this one sounds hard too. Trig time? Man, I don't remember anything from trig class, man. This one sounds hard. I don't know. I think maybe I have a better chance at solving Q2 than whatever this is asking. This one sounds, who knows what the hell, man. All right. What do I know about Googling time? Yeah, I guess if it was a real contest, I'll just Google what the hell this is. But I don't know. Actual dog welder. What's happening? You got to know your data structures as well as all your trig, apparently. Man. Are they trying to test our trig here? What kind of job is this? Just Google trig identities or we can skip. That's what I'm saying, man. Oh. Ray Coons from YouTube says a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Is that for all triangles, man? But then, What do I do with that? um, am I supposed to know this? 2ab cosine c? What the heck is this? Alright. I clearly do not remember any trigonometry, man, so I would probably just Google that one up for sure. So I'm gonna just skip it and take the L. Alright, so now we can think about Q3. Is that embarrassing that I don't know trigonometry stuff? You guys all remember that stuff, man? Don't be lying either. Who actually remembers that? Icy Black Deep, you remember that? Sir Lord Good, I don't remember it either. Wait, Brent, you remember that stuff? Oh, you guys, race time. Yeah. Use it all the time? For real? I mean, you might. I haven't used that in 25 years, maybe. I don't think I even took trig once. So, Steven Sagaball, are you saying that you're also just as lost as me? Like, you don't even know that formula? I went to a shitty high school? Yeah, me too. Yeah, I know SOHCAHTOA. That's about it. I think 2ab cosine c. Do I remember that formula? I don't know. It's not. I mean, shit. I have a mechanical engineering degree. I must have learned that at some point in my life, man. What is SOHCAHTOA? Hold on. I'll tell you in a second. Oh, man. They're going to take it back? Take what? My degree back? Man, they can have it back. What SOHCAHTOA is, sine means opposite. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. And tangent is opposite over adjacent. That's what SOHCAHTOA means. It's just like a way to remember that junk. Just asking, why didn't you get a job in mechanical engineering? Because I don't know the laws of trigonometry. I think that's clearly the reason, thinking back to like why I couldn't get a job. No one wanted to hire me, man. And it's obvious why now, you know? Is it on my resume? Wait, is what on my resume? That I don't know laws of trigonometry? Yeah, mechanical engineering degree is on my resume. Alright. SOHCAHTOA is pre-calc? Nah, man. SOHCAHTOA is trigonometry. Like, geometry, not even trig. SOHCAHTOA is from geometry days, man, in like high school or less. If you put me in a room with no Google, I wouldn't have solved this problem without Googling. That's why it's so ChatGPT. Yeah? I mean, shit. You would have to, if you did not know the laws of cosine or whatever, sine and trigonometry, you would literally have to invent trigonometry to solve that problem, I guess, or something, right? Yeah, I don't know that stuff either, man. So anyways, thank you very much for telling me that don't defense. Now I don't feel as silly. You can honestly derive them. Yeah. I'm sure some people in here can derive it, like math professors and stuff. But not me. All right. Let me think about this problem though. We need a balanced string. So I'm thinking maybe I should find the biggest balanced string currently, and then we can think about how much one swap will increase it, maybe. Not sure yet. You can invite this all, you can derive this all with sine squared a plus cosine squared b equal 1. Wait, how do I know that? How do I know that formula? Cosine 0 is 1, isn't it? I think so, man. No. Cosine 1 is 0. No. Sine. I don't I don't remember, man. Sign these nuts. That's what I'm saying, man. Wait, just don't do advanced math in a bar. It's illegal to drink and derive. VREC 86 was popping. I need some remedial trig. Come on, guys. You guys actually use trigonometry? Isn't the law of cosines derived directly from Pythagoras' theorem, man? I don't know much about Pythagoras. Wait, Pythagoras was just a squared plus b squared equals c squared guy. And I'm sure he made up some other stuff too. Math Academy is really great though. Big recommend. Wait, sine x, cosine x, one. Wait, on one side. What? I never got how they are equal. Wait, the sine of a thing is supposed to be the y component, right? And the cosine of something is supposed to be the x component of that vector or whatever. Or maybe I've got them mixed up because it's been so long. What math do you guys want to learn? None. If anyone asks these in sweet interviews, they are evil. Maybe if it was like for Tesla or some robotics company. Yeah, cosine is x. So then, all right. So then cosine of, anyways, cosine of 0. Oh, yeah. Yes. No. Sine of 90 is 1 because 1, yes, I see that. When the 90 degrees there, it's 1. And cosine of 0 is 1 because on the circle, it's there. I see that, man. Wait, this is the one thing I know, man. Excalidraw. Wait, how do I make a new draw? I don't even know how to use X. All right, here we go. This is the only thing. So it's like, you have this circle, and then these are the degrees. So this is like cosine of 0, and that's the, if it's 0, 1, 1, 2, and then this is like square root of 2 over 2, this halfway point, 45 degrees, and this one is like 0, 1. So sine of 90 would be just the y component, which is 1. That's the only thing I know, man. Wait, bottom is not 1? Wait, negative 1. Jeez. Anyways, you guys probably embarrassed for me. Can't believe we don't know trigonometry. Then there's Gaussian to exponential definition. I don't know. You got to use radians, right? 0, pi over 2, pi over whatever. Anyways, guys, let's think about this dang Q3. Oh, Almo Fada TV, thank you very much for the follow. All right. So I'm saying if we find the longest balanced one, then how do you know if there's something we can swap in there? Oh, all right. I'm thinking, what if I don't know. What if nothing? Yeah, I'm thinking we have to find the longest balanced without doing any swaps. So this one, it would be like 2. This one would be 0. And then from there, I guess we can maybe the longest possible balanced would be the minimum count of 0s and 1s. Man, this problem seems a little bit tough as well. Can I binary search on maybe I can do sliding window where I can allow for a difference of like 2. You count for a difference of 2, and then you just need to make sure you have an extra thing to swap in there. I don't know. Feels tricky though. Sliding window. You grow up, anything within a difference of 2 is okay, but once it gets like a diff of 3, like here, that's no longer valid. You have to IRL stream in Japan. Can you stream in Nagoya? I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm an IRL streamer. Could you use sliding window and test the end position swap with n+1? Yeah, I mean, I'm still thinking of sliding window though. I don't know, man. Maybe I can think of binary searching the size. So if I binary searched on the size, like let's say I don't know. It would have to be even size. But this problem seems tough, man. I think I'm gonna try You are tougher? Man, I don't know if I'm tougher. I think I'm gonna try this sliding window where the difference between the sum of zeros and ones can differ by up to 2. And then and then we'll see. No, but I'm not sure about that either. Because, like, what if there's no other 0 here? Man, my algo skills are just weak these days. Like, the answer is this if you swap that in. But what if there is no other thing and it's like this? Then if we found this sliding window thing, the diff of 2, then we can also maybe have the total count of 1s and 0s, and then we can see, like, if there's 1s left, then it's good. But if there's no 1s left, it's bad. I don't know if that makes sense. It makes sense in my head. But let me try it, man. So total 1s, total 0s. Shit. My sliding window is real whack, but here it goes. Wait, I guess everything starts at 0. So I'm sliding the window. This is my character at the right, pointer. And then I process that character somehow, so man, should I keep a diff? or something. No, I think I need the actual count. And I'm going to say while the difference is greater than 2, we move our left pointer up. And decrement here. But then I guess I'm going to say, like, now we know our diff is wait, let me think. So that's our diff. So if it's 0, then this is already balanced. What am I doing, man? If it's 1, then there's not much you can do to get it equal. But if it's 2, then we could potentially swap. But I don't know which, like, how we're gonna do it yet. I guess we can be like, this is gonna look a little messy, but I don't know how to write it cleanly. So if our 0s is less than our 1s, then we need to swap in a 0. So that means if total 0s is greater than current 0s, that means we can make that swap somewhere. Does it mean that? And I guess the number of 1s is less than total 1s because we need... No. That's nonsense. I'm gonna just leave it at this. So ants what would this be? The same thing. Cur 0s, the length is the same. But if the 1s are less than the 0s, then we could potentially swap in on 1 that's not within this window. I'm gonna just copy this. This feels a little janky, I'm not gonna lie. But we'll see. We'll see what happens when we run it. Oh, look at that, 2. I'm talking about 2. So I feel like we should have gotten count 1s. One. I feel like we should have gotten here. Let me put in some, what am I doing? L R diff. Everything's too hard for me. So look at that, diff of 2, 0 through 4. But something ain't right. Oh, because look at that. I put 2. I meant to put 2 there and I typed 0, man. What the heck? So now we get the right things I was looking for. Should we test some test cases or I should just submit? How the heck I'ma say 4? Oh, snap. Interesting. I think I'm gonna have problems here with my solution. I think maybe it's, now that I'm seeing this test case, maybe I need to binary search. Or maybe, all right, I'd say if they're equal, then we can just return the full length. But I don't think this will catch all the edge cases, because I'm pretty sure I can build a test case now that will make this fail. Like if I did something like this. Alright, I don't need to make it that crazy, man, but more or less the same thing like this, man. Like, I'm pretty sure that won't pass. So, alright. Should we do some binary searching? Where we binary search on the size of the window. But also we binary search on, we binary search on the size of the window, but then we do like this weird, like see if there is more zeros or ones outside of that window to pull from. I think that's probably gonna give me a correct answer, but I don't know if I want to code all that up, man. I'm gonna try. I guess I have to. Alright, so my binary search here. I'm gonna say the right is going to be the min of the ones and zeros. I'm gonna just comment that out for now. Should I do the minimum? Let me think. Or should I do like n over 2 maybe? Creaky doors, what's happening? Welcome to the party, man. How do I validate that something is good? Just got done with my dev work today. What are we working on? We're working on a little LeetCoding, trying to solve this problem. This was in a contest last weekend. All right, how do I know if it's valid? Let me put this all in here. It's terrible variable names, but it's okay. All right, so I'm counting those. Let me think about this. I'll just say, all right, if our window size is greater than our guess, that means we gotta shrink it. So if we shrink our window, and diff is there, if the diff is 0, we're good. If the diff is 2, we could potentially make it good. And then I guess we can say if the answer is greater than or equal to what we guessed, then we can return true. Let me see, man. So we do that. Wait, what am I trying? What's this guess? Is M? Maybe I multiply it by 2. M times 2. So if it's valid, then we record it as the best, right? M times 2. And then we try bigger, we try smaller, we try bigger. So our left pointer comes up. And then if it's bad, we try smaller. It's a little jank, but we'll see. Viren Varia, what's happened? Welcome, welcome. LL and RR. Is that right? 12? Huh. 0. 6. All right, should I send that? Wrong answer again, but really close this time, man. Something ain't right. Maybe there's an error. For sure there's an error because it's the wrong answer, but man, maybe there's like a typo or something. What could this be failing at? Like, why wouldn't it think? Oh, wait. No. Bad at Rocco, this is over my head. Hey, this is probably over lots of people's heads, including mine. So unless you practice this type of stuff on the regular, I wouldn't worry about not understanding what's going on. It's like a very specific skill you gotta train. And I'm trying to train it. Man, I feel so close to this problem, man. Why is my thing not working? What was the test case? This one. It's under your head. Oh, snap. We got probably somebody doing code forces would say that. I mean, if it's valid, let's see. What's this given back? So it tried 34 and it came up with 0. Maybe 34 is not possible. Because does that make any sense? Yes, maybe binary search is broken because it doesn't always mean No, that's not true, right? Might be true. Are you limiting the number of swaps? Yes. I only do one swap, but I don't think binary searching is possible after seeing this test case. Because I'm thinking perhaps like it's looking for a window size 34 and maybe it can't find something of size 34 that has a diff of 2 for it to like look for something else to swap. So maybe there's something else, but man, it's so close. So maybe binary search is like I should just think of some other way here. All right, let's see. What else can I think of? What if we started with the whole string? So we'd have a count 4 and 2. And then we can choose to drop left or right side. Now we have a count of 1 and 4. This one is tough for me, man. Could make one swap. All right, let me think about prefix sums, perhaps. I don't know, man. I think this problem is too hard for me. And I need a hint. Even 7 test cases away, though. But I think this test case breaks my solution. Like binary search completely, I think. Maximum length of a balanced substring. All right, I give up, man. I'm giving up. Q4, not possible for me. Dang, what a bad performance. Good thing I did not take it. I'd have lost everything, man. Elon's muscle, what's happening? You can think of me? What? You got this? Nah. I give up, man. I don't know what else to do. Don't know what else. I need to read a hint or something. Look at that, 11% acceptance rate, man. Uh-oh. What was that? Dang, look how many hints they got. 11%? Come on. What kind of hint is that, man? That's not even a hint. Hey, Howland, did I end up getting the daily? Yes. But I had to have help. I didn't solve it on my own. It's a DP problem, but I could not figure it out by myself. Just like I can't figure out this Q3 by myself, man. All right, hint 2. Swap is only useful if you can improve one chosen window. Might be over for LeetCode. Do you see HackerRank or switch into interviews where you solve issues using AI? Have not seen that. Zephion, thank you very much for the follow. And Thor the Dev, thank you very much for the follow. Alright, hint 4. Man, these hints is like exactly what I'm trying to do. But maybe not. Segment. Wait. Prefix balance. I don't know. Too hard. That's what I'd say. Q3. That contest. I wanted it to not be DP so bad. I went greedy. Yeah. That problem, man. Every problem I've done today has been hard for me. Who was that? Shivam, what's happened? Alright, should we do something a little easier, man? You guys want to do elite rooms? Howling, you trying to do some problems? Easies and mediums. Alright, man. Here we go. Easies and mediums, guys. Elite Whale, Q Ultimus, welcome to the party. Alright, max consecutive ones. Given a binary array nums, return the maximum number of consecutive ones in the array. Alright, let's do that. We'll keep track of our streak. Wait, what? If x is a 1, alright, that's a Q1. Elite rooms, that's a throwback. What do you mean a throwback? What? Oh wait, what am I doing here, man? Crazy. Alright, Q1 done. Toeplitz matrix. What is that? Given an m by n matrix, return true if the matrix is Toeplitz. Otherwise, return false. A matrix is Toeplitz if every diagonal from top left to bottom right has the same elements. Every diagonal. Alright, so dang, Elite Whale is crushing it. What is it? R minus C, maybe? Something like that. So if the set size is greater than 1, return false. All right, Q2, Toeplitz matrix, done. What's next? So Q3, man, people are moving. Q is moving out here. All right, we got add minimum number of rungs. You are given a strictly increasing integer array rungs that represents the height of rungs on a ladder. You are currently on the floor at height 0 and you once reach the last rung. You're also given an integer dist. You can only climb to the next highest rung if the distance between where you are currently at and the next rung is at most dist. You are unable to insert rungs at any positive integer height if a rung is not there You're able to insert if a rung is not there already. Return the minimum number of rungs that must be added to the ladder in order for you to climb to the last rung. 32 bytes. Thank you very much for the follow. All right, how are we gonna do that, man? So it's already sorted. It's already sorted. So this is good. So this is the distance. If this is greater than the distance, then you need to add something. But how many do we add? We add 2. So the distance is 5. Is it just divided by that? That might not be super right, but we'll see. It can't be like this. It must be something more. I guess we'll see. 3, 4, 4, 6. Oh, because we're from the ground. Yes, I see. So maybe I should do this then. Previous is 0. This is the previous. I don't think this is it though, man. There must be something more to it. Oof. Zero. Alright, dist minus 1, maybe. How do you do that math? Alright, not bad, not bad. What's next? Ugly number part 2. I've already solved. Man, I've solved all of these, but it's all good. An ugly number is a positive integer whose prime factors are limited to 2, 3, and 5. Given an integer n, return the nth ugly number. What? Return the nth ugly number. Do we just 2, 3, and 5? Code Monkey, like you, what's happening? How do we know prime factors are limited to something? Thanks for the stream. Hey, thank you for tuning in, man. I'm just out here trying to practice some LeetCode with whoever wants to practice with me. This problem is sounding tricky though. So prime factors. How do you know what prime factors are, man? Just keep dividing by 2 until you can't, then you go 3s, then you go 5s. So 7. I don't know anything about prime numbers. But do I just have to find all the primes from 2, 3, 5? Let me see. So if I have 1 is already there, then we got 2. Wait. I gotta sign some things out here. Two, 3, and 5. So how do I know that a number's only things is 2, 3, and 5? So I guess 1 is already 1. But 2, do we just go 4 is 1? No. Maybe I count. So, all right. I don't know what I'm doing, man. So 2 would hit that. I don't know, man. Thinking of some weird sieve where I'm counting. How do I get the nth ugly number, man? All right, here's another idea I have. 2, 3, 5. Type Blazer championship race coming up in less than 2 minutes. All right. So maybe I'll say, all right, 1, and then we got 2. And then we got 3. And then we got 4. And then we got 5. And we got 6. We can have 2 ways to make 6. We got 6 again. There's no 7. Is this how you do it, man? And then we got 8. Then we got 9. Then we got 10. Next one is 12. Alright, maybe if I do it like this. Let me go further, because I have a feeling something is gonna break here. Wait, oh shit, championship race. Man, Stephen LF, why are you grayed out, man? What happened? Were you in it? That's crazy, huh? Anyways. Cool avatar, is that One Piece inspired? No, it's not. Douche, what's happened? It just kind of ended up like that. I didn't even think of One Piece. Wait, 10. That's 12. But is 14 gonna be on that list? I don't think 14 is here, man. I don't think this way works. I wonder if you gotta skip prime numbers here, because once you use a prime number that's not 2, 3, 5, then that means it's the only way you can create that, right? Man, this problem's too hard. LeetWhale is still working on this one, so Q also wants to use AI? No, man. This submitted means it didn't get accepted. It means it was attempted. Alright, we gotta try something for this problem, man. Let me see. I saw this a really long time ago. What the heck? If I could solve this July 4th, 2020, and I can't solve it now, that's crazy talk. Octa Rock. What's happened? 2,800th day in a row streaming. I was working on 3D animations for neon pipes. Been working for last month on Cyberpunk inspired Neon City mod Hightail. Well, welcome to the party. I don't know. Yeah, how many years is that? That sounds like 8 years or something, man. It's crazy. Twitch been around for that long? Yeah, close to 8 years. Yeah, wow. Yeah, I don't know much about 3D animations or anything, but I do enjoy a good cyberpunk aesthetic. Due to my disability, I can't work and found just do this every day, keep me going. Yeah, I feel that, man. I stream. I mean, I don't stream every day, but I think when I'm in my routine and I'm streaming like most days, it does keep me going at whatever I'm trying to focus on. All right. We're doing some LeetCode here. I don't know. Do you do any LeetCode, Octarock? All right, we gotta figure out how we're gonna solve this. All right, I'm just gonna try it, man. Math strikes again, bet Symph. Hey, look at this, man. I solved this in 2020. I must have cheated. Like, there's no way I could solve this, right? Anyways, I'm gonna try some nonsense right now. And I've been doing any coding. The Hightail game has built-in asset edit, so been most copy, already made thing. Give him new models. Anyways, enjoy your lunch, man. Oh, from New Zealand. Very cool. Adios. Thank you very much for the raid, Octarock. All right, here we go. So, how do I tell? I'm just gonna do some crazy stuff, man. I'm gonna check if every single number is good or not. And then if this works, we'll think about how to optimize. So, oh, I need to count my primes, man. So I gotta do a sieve. No. I only need the first 3 primes, man. Right? Or something. So while x... How do you do this? So if it's divisible, I should divide it, but if it's not, I should increment I. And then the Let's see. So if hold on, man. Commanders, thank you very much. Type Blazer. But hold up. We'll get there in a second. Oh, Brett has joined the party. All right, time limit exceeded. Very good. All right, let's do Type Blazer. Dang, Leet Whale, he just solved it. You guys ready? First race is the practice race. Second one is the championship round. Let's see if it works on this website. Man, how do we do this ugly number one, man? Maybe there's some caching we can do here. Oh shit. All right, let's start the race, man. I forgot. Here we go. Man, Q, how do you type those crazy things so fast? Alright, that was just a practice round. Let's do it for real now. Championship race. Let's do this. Can't let Q win. Ugh. Man, Stephen LF. Very nice. 49. Crashed hard in that one. Yeah, that one was a bit tough, I thought. They're all tough, man. Hey, where the hell is the emojis? Oh, right here. Alright, I don't even know if that stuff's saved. Let's see. Alright, look at, yeah, I think so. Steven LF, champion. We gotta work on this stuff, man. Alright, back to the problem we're doing. We're doing ugly number, but I'm thinking, maybe we can do something to make this better with some caching, but I'm not sure. Why is word correction enforced and we're just YOLO and moved on? What do you mean? Because you didn't type the text correctly if you made mistakes, man. That's why it's enforced. So maybe it's gonna be on the number. How big are these numbers, man? Who knows? Let's just assume. Let's say, I don't know, man, 100,000 size. And then this one, let's give it 3. Wait, what am I caching, man? I'm trying to cache just whether or not that number is good. But man, it's probably too hard. Hey, let me just look at LeetWhale's solution, man. Let me see what you did here, LeetWhale. Wait, the 16/90th ugliest number is int max? Or almost int max? Dang. Alright, so whatever I was thinking of wouldn't have worked anyways. Yeah, how the heck do you solve that? What? LeetWhale, this works? I thought this, I was thinking about this, man, but I didn't think it would work because wait, what am I looking at here? What the heck is H? Oh, that's the heap. Oh. I was thinking of it differently. Where I stopped was like, I was thinking of like taking my 3 primes, 2, 3, 5, and then just multiplying them 1, 2, 3, and then putting them like that. But then it broke down in my head when I was like, man, what happens when we get to 2 times 7 and it's 14? That seems wrong. But what you're saying is you don't do that. What you do is you start with, oh, I forgot what I saw. But you start with the heap stuff. So maybe 1 is in there first, and then you pop that, then you add 2, 3, 5. Then 2 is gonna pop out, then it gets added. Let me say that gets popped, and then now we add 4, 6, 10, and then 3 gets popped, and then you add those, right? That's crazy. Let me see what I did however many years ago. That is crazy that I did this 6 years ago, man. Nah. I don't even know what this is saying. I don't think this can't work, right? It's crazy. Interesting. Anyways, what we're gonna do now, man? Should we do another room, or it's 11:20 and maybe it's time to call it, huh? Enough practicing LeetCode for one day. One more room? All right. One more room, Leet Whale, just for you. Easies and mediums. Is there a time difference for Python and C++? Yes, I think so. For sure, there must be. Oops. All right. New room, final room. Brett Leet Whale, welcome to the room. Replace elements with greatest elements on right side. Given an array R, replace every element in that array with the greatest elements among the elements to its right, and replace the last element with -1. All right, here we go. Iterating from the back to the front, and that should be it. Come on, man. How am I gonna get -1 the whole way? I see. Jesus. Embarrassing. All right. That's Q1. Q2 is binary number with alternating bits. You want to share this Q? What is this? Oh, fancy. What? Oh, yeah. That is a nice way to do it, Q. I literally put them in their diagonals. I didn't think to do something like this. Strong use them. What are you talking about, man? Anyways, welcome. All right, what we got? We got Q2. Binary number with alternating bits. Given a positive integer, check whether it has alternating bits, namely if two adjacent bits will always have different values. Yata Fever. Welcome to the party. How are you doing? Wait, what? Alternating bits, I see. All right, how can we check that the bits are alternating? If the previous bit and 1, so that's the previous bit, and then I want to shift it. I want to shift it to the right. Get rid of that bit, and then I'm say if the current bit is not equal to the previous bit. No. If the current bit is equal to the previous bit, return false. And then shift it by 1. Who knows, man? Let's see. True, false, something. Oof. 4. What do you mean? 4 isn't alternating? Two adjacent bits will always have different values. Man, why would 4 not be 1? Oh, I see. 4, 2, 1, because it's 1, 0, 0. So the previous one here should be 0. This should both be like that. What's this saying, man? I can't do this. to put the test case 4 in there. Alright, so it's working here, so maybe something was wrong with the syntax. Yeah, I think something was strange with that syntax there. Interesting. So maybe if I just did this, then it would work. I see. Alright, what's next? Group the people given the group size they belong to. There are n people that are split into some unknown number of groups. Each person is labeled with a unique ID from 0 to n minus 1. You're given an integer array group sizes where group sizes I is the size of the group that that person I is in. For example, if group size is 1 equal 3, then person 1 must be in a group size of 3. Return a list of groups such that each person I is in a group of size group sizes I. Each person should appear in exactly one group, and every person must be in a group. If there are multiple answers, return any of them. It is guaranteed that there will be at least one valid solution for the given input. How's it gonna be? So we put all these in a group. Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to map everybody in a group size to, or everybody to a group size, I guess. Wait, does that make sense? I think so. Alright, so now what am I going to do? I'm iterating over all those group sizes. And I must say wait, let me think. wait. People. What am I doing, man? My brain is getting slow as the night goes on. So let's see about this one. All right, group sizes. Too easy, man. What they got next? Number of closed islands. Given a 2D grid consists of zeros and ones. 0 is land, 1 is water. Interesting. An island is a maximal 4-directionally connected group of zeros, and a closed island is an island totally surrounded by ones. Return the number of closed islands. Zeros surrounded by ones. What's your top 3 TV shows? I don't watch TV shows, man. Alright, but let me try. Number 1. Wait, they have to be current? Old? Of all time? Of recent times? Of all time? Man. I don't know. What's my favorite TV show of all time? I have to think about that. The Office, Haunting of Hill House, and Supernatural. I've only heard of The Office, man. I haven't heard of those other things. Star Trek The Next Generation. Charmed. Never heard of Charmed, man. Did the vibe reduce your brain power and you went back to LeetCode? Hey, maybe. I've never really left LeetCode, man. But I do think I've gotten a lot worse. Wait, why is this 2? Oh, those 2. We can do this. I don't know why they make it zeros is land and the other thing is water. It's weird that way. I've never seen Star Trek either, man. Stream Outlander? W Green IHR Corp. What's happening? Man, you guys watch shows, but I don't even know what Charmed is. Doctor Who, never seen it. Best shows. Oh, it's easy. Band of Brothers. Number 1. I have to think about what number 2 and 3 is. Came out in 2001? Yeah, I guess it did. Finally got around to watching the IT Crowd and enjoyed it. I don't know what that is either. I'm really out of touch with what shows are out there, man. Breaking Bad? Nah, I don't really enjoy that one. Man, give me some more shows. Breaking Bad should be in their top 3. Man, there must be some other shows out there. True Detective Season 1? True Detective... Oh, wait. Alright. Band of Brothers. Number 2 is... Do You Like Friends? No. Mr. Robot. I like Spartacus, but I don't know if that's top 3. Alright, here's my number 2. This show has brought me so much joy over all the years, man. Ancient Aliens. I love that thing so much. It's like unlimited episodes, man. Alright. Number 3. Never heard of these, man? You never heard of Ancient Aliens? You guys know Ancient Aliens, man. You've never seen this. Come on now. All right. Number 3. It might be Samurai Champloo. Can you speak a little Spanish? Hola, ¿cómo estás? No hablo español, pero me gusta pollo frito con papas fritas. Yeah. That's about all I can say, man. Hold on. Am I going to solve this last problem, or am I going to be joking around more? Got to puff the hair a little more. All right. If you guys don't like Ancient Aliens, maybe. Hey, Het Tennis. What's happening? You guys know about Het Tennis. Het Tennis is a mega OG around here. The dang Linux professor, Het Tennis. He streams a lot of sysadmin Linux stuff. You guys, if you want to know anything about that, go check out his thing, man. How are you doing, Het Tennis? Hey, fun fact. I don't know if all you Het Tennis viewers knew this, but fun fact. Het Tennis is an anagram for the stain. That's that is what we know about his name. The stain has arrived. Or is it supposed to be the saint? I don't know. Does he play tennis though? Who plays? Hey, I've never really played tennis in my life, but there's some tennis courts nearby, and maybe I should play a little tennis to get some exercise in. Alright, we gotta solve this problem before I go. I wrestle, strangle my friends in their pajamas. That sounds interesting, yeah? We also know Het Tennis spelled backwards is Sinat the? What? Is it? Tes? Yeah. Sending grounds. How are you doing? Alright, let me make this DFS function real quick. This might be the last thing I do before I leave as well. Like, it's getting late for me. You can do Q2 in 01. Well, would this be considered 01? I mean, it's not. I guess if it grows to like a crazy long number, it's how many bits. It's O of how many bits. All right, let me check that out. That's interesting. Q201. Interesting. So you XOR, you shift everything to the right, and you XOR it. And that's supposed to be equal to itself shifted. Wait, what? I can't visualize this, man. All right, everything shifted to the right. All right, Brett. How did you know? Is this like some trick that you learned along the way and you never really forgot? Or is this something that you noticed while trying to solve the problem? Is John Romero on stream? Man, this is probably the 4th time someone has called me that in 4 years. Welcome, Almivar Smith. Wait, the second one is checking if it's all ones. I noticed. All right, Brett, see you later, man. Thank you for tuning in. All right, let me finish this last one real quick. So if we're out of bounds, return. If it's a water, we should return. If it's a land, we should turn it into a water. And then we should DFS all 4 directions. So I'm gonna for row 0 through, for each row, I need to DFS, what's it called? Sync in the outside. So if grid R0 equals 0, wait, what am I doing, man? Let's copy this in. Every time I copy though, something goes wrong. So I put zeros there, and I put rows -1 there. After this problem, man, it's over. I'm going. And then now, after we sync the outside, I'm just going to iterate through everything. Here we go. Uh-oh. It ain't right. Error. All right, man. We're done. We're done that room. Everybody finished that room. Too easy. You copy our solution? Nah, man. Did you copy mine? Where are you at, Q? But that room was all basics. Everything was so easy. Yeah, same thing, same thing. Hey, Q, you're still using helper functions like that. You haven't converted to lambdas yet? Sometimes. I use both, I see. Alright, what are y'all saying? Is it time for me to get out of here? I think so. Play your wife in tennis. That's the plan, man. Maybe sometime this summer. All right. Who's doing LeetCode, man? Bunny Bites is doing some LeetCode tonight. That's who we're gonna raid. Create chairs. What are you doing, man? Thank you very much for the sub. Oh, BetSimp is on. Yeah, he just got on. Does that mean we gotta go raid BetSimp? Even though we already pulled up this person's stream. Wait, that was a sub. Thank you so much for that Prime sub. Where are we at, man? Right there. Create chairs. Thank you so much. Alright, BetSimp just got on. Dang, why is he doing algos so late, man? It's past his bedtime. Alright, you guys think I should play one round of Slay the Spire before I go to bed? Oh shit. Or should I just go to bed? Because I gotta wake up and do work. Stream it? Nah, wait, what? Nah, we're not ready to stream that yet. Anyways, we're gonna go raid BetSimp. Is he on? Yeah, he's on. And I'm gonna go play Slay the Spire. Just one run. I'll probably die. We're on Ascension 9. And it's hard for us. Anyways, thank you very much for tuning in. It has been a nice, productive LeetCode session. I wanted to leave earlier, but Leet Whale, thank you very much for pushing me to do one extra room. Now I don't feel too bad. We're gonna go raid in a few seconds, man. BetSimp is really good at LeetCode. He's solved every single LeetCode problem. And he's working on some CSES. BetSimp taught me digit DP. And now I gotta go. So adios, Steven Sagaball, Clistar, Leet Whale, Q Ultimus, everybody who's lurking, everybody from YouTube. See you next time.